So an oversupply in the Dubai market, Karina, this is the subject that, I mean, every client at least once mentions it. There's a lot of buildings, is there going to be so much supply? What's going to happen with the demand? What do you think?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are a bit cautious with the market right now because they've seen what happened previously. And oversupply was one of the biggest reasons why the market crash happened, because the demand came up and then, developers started building. And unfortunately, they oversupplied the market, and then so the crash happened. So I think a lot of people are rightfully so afraid that this is going to happen now. But I think, and I know that the figures are supporting it, right now there's no oversupply of properties. In fact, there's undersupply. So there's not enough units for people to purchase. There's a lot of demand. People are rushing in. I don't think it will happen the same way.
No.
As it happened before, because, listen, Dubai and UAE in general is a very adaptive country. The government and the regulatory systems are in place specifically to prevent things like that happening.
Yeah, they did that, didn't they? Because after was it 2014?
Yes.
So after 2014, there was the correction?
Yeah, the correction, yeah.
So, but a lot of things, like developers do talk about it. Obviously, they monitor the supply that's coming into the market now. And you've mentioned the figures there. It's very interesting because when I was doing my research as well, based on the current figures, I believe in 2022, 100,000 people moved
to Dubai.
Didn't just invest, people moved to Dubai.
Yeah.
Right? And if we put, how many, you were telling me before, there were around, 35,000 units going to hand over in 2023?
Yes, yeah.
Including villas?
Yeah, something around that.
Yeah, something around that, But basically, what does that show you? It shows you that, they aren't building at the rate that people are moving here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you look on Property Finder now, if I want to move into somewhere nice, whether I'm renting it or whatever, it's hard to find a real nice building.
Yeah, you'll struggle to find a unit.
Yeah. In 2025, I do, because I've sold a lot of off-plan. In 2025, there's going to be a lot of nice stuff coming to the market.
Yeah.
But we've still got 2 years for that to happen. And we've still got 100,000 people. That was 100,000 last year. I can imagine it's probably more than that this year,
Yeah,
right?
a lot of what Henley and Partner did, the study that the billionaires are moving to Dubai.
Yeah.
That's in addition to, regular people who are finding Dubai a perfect place to live. But I also think developers are not dumb, they're not just building, they're not just launching without any kind of projection on what's going to happen when the actual project is handed over. So I think they are calculating it. It's been already calculated, I think. By this time, clusters, everything, they know exactly how many units they want to deliver. And I'm sure that, most of the projects are sold out. The good ones are sold out.
Absolutely. And if a developer launches a project, with the intention just to sell it all and they don't care what's going to happen after it, but then when a client goes to resell it with the false promise that they could have made money, then the developer probably would end up building a bad reputation for themselves. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Which, so obviously they've calculated all this already in,
Yeah.
They've factored in because they don't want clients to lose money because what's going to happen, that's going to destroy their brand, right?
Yes.
And these, they want to have long lasting brands.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you find that, I personally do because I've seen it a lot now. Do you find that a lot of people are now actually deciding to reside here rather than just, because it's an investor-driven market, definitely, but it's also becoming a very much end-user market.
Yeah.
I would love to know the percentage of that, but from what I'm gathering from my own personal data with the calls I'm getting in, it's probably 60% investors, but actually 40% people are looking to relocate here and actually live here at some point.
Yeah, I think after COVID, we saw a big influx of actually people moving here with families, relocating to Dubai. That definitely helped. But even now with everything that's going on, economically around the world, I think people are actually considering Dubai not just a place to invest and park their money, but also bring their kids, raise their family there, which is different to what it was before. Before it was just, okay, it's a no tax place, great returns, let me just put the money in and then, I will be here 3 months of the year. Now people are seeing Dubai a bit differently, which is good. But yeah, I think more people are going to be relocating here, like actually, you know, living
100%.
here.
And I actually just got off the phone to a client. He actually might watch this. He's a client of mine, and he called me and he's like, you know, we live in Tampa, Florida. We've got a beautiful home, but we're looking like I'm retiring in a few years, and I'm actually looking as Dubai as my retirement home.
Right.
And that's actually the first time somebody said that to me. They want to retire in Dubai, and it's interesting because they've actually got a retirement visa. So at the age of 55, as long as you buy something over the value of 1 million dirhams in terms of property, or have a salary or an income of, I think it's 15 or 20,000, then you can get a 5-year retirement visa.
Nice.
So it's actually attracting even more people now.
Yeah, like a different age group as well.
Yeah. It's an interesting place to retire though, right?
Yeah, honestly, I've never thought of Dubai as like a place for retirement, but I guess...
Well, I mean, I guess with the, you know, the way the future, you know, the way that the future's looking, you know, the way that they're building the city now, they want to make it, you know, we talk about this 2040 plan, the way that they want to make it, you know, interconnected.
Yeah.
They want to make it easier for people to get around and have better access, which they definitely need to do, right?
Yes, 100%.
Because, you know, if you're retired, you know, you'd like to go on nice walks. And if you're in any of these communities outside, you don't want to walk into the desert.
Yes.
You know, you want to at least like be able to see some greenery, which they are doing massively.
Yes,
you can see that the improvement. Obviously, it's slightly more difficult in a city with no rain.
Yeah. But they will still pull it off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
And I mean, could you see yourself living here long term, or?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Dubai is the place like no other that offers you different kind of lifestyle depending on where you are, right? So it's like different areas have different feel to them. So you can have a downtown feel, you know, metropolis, financial, very like upbeat. You can also choose to go to JBR or the Palm where it's more relaxed. So in that sense, yes. I personally think it's a great place to raise kids just because it's so safe. Like, there's no other place in the world that you can compare it to. Maybe Singapore, but it's a different...
I was just in Singapore, actually.
Yeah?
Very similar, just Singapore was obviously very much more green. I was only there for a few days, but very comparable. But I mean, going back to what, you know, we spoke about the oversupply, you know, like I said, a lot of people get worried because they look at Dubai now. If you go to JVC or any of these, like outside of the main cities where they're constructing a lot now, a lot of people are like, there's so many buildings, there's going to be so much on the market.
Right.
So I do understand why people would think that.
Yeah.
But until actually people see the facts and the figures of, you know, compared to the amount of people that are coming to move here, compared to what's actually being built, it's not even remotely close.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also as well, I think and I'm sure you agree, this is why, okay, yeah, there might be a lot of apartments coming to an area, but what would you consider is important? And if there's an area where there's going to be a lot of competition, what are the main factors that you think you have to consider if you're investing, you know?
I mean, it's risk management, right? With any kind of investment, you are managing your risks. Obviously, there will be risks no matter where you invest. But if there is a lot of competition, I would definitely I would be very careful with a developer that I work with.
Of course.
There is a lot of developers, especially now, like new ones, which are not bad, but some of them have not established themselves on the market.
No.
So that is a very important thing. You know, if we're looking at JVC, for example, now it's a little bit different because it's growing. It's already a community, you know, that people know. I would choose maybe like Ellington or, you know, like some developer that is established and known and maybe built already 2-3 projects that have done well. And then obviously I would do my research. Right now, 2 bedrooms are still in very high demand. They're reselling. So I would probably choose something that, you know, I can see that people are buying. And that would help me in return, you know, later on to sell it quicker.
Yeah,
let's say.
That's exactly. I was going to say the same. Developer, like I've sold a lot of projects, you know, with relatively newer developers.
Yeah.
But have already got a proven track record. Where, you know, you've got to appreciate some of these developers might not have, you know, loads of developments in Dubai, but if they're a worldwide developer, they're very, you know, they have like a very good track record worldwide. So they've got some proof of concept of what they've actually done as a developer. I would stay away from the developers that have done nothing.
Yeah.
Because you get some, very, very wealthy individuals who come with a load of money. They say, I want to build a tower.
Yeah, and they buy a plot. And
They buy a
they
plot.
start,
They outsource all the contracting. Once they've sold it, will they maintain it? Who knows? It might have just been an in and out strategy while the market's hot. So that's why, again, you want to work with a brand who are really trying to deliver something exceptional to the market, like you've just said. And again, looking for the products on the market that people want the most, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say to wrap this video up to anybody that's worried about the oversupply?
Yeah. I would say that, listen, at any point, whenever you want to invest or put your money, it will be scary. You will come up with different things, that might be an excuse or a potential stopping point for you. And a lot of people are going to tell you different opinions. I would suggest not to listen. Take everything with a grain of salt, especially, friends, family. Consult an actual expert, go through the figures, because everything is backed up by the data. So you can actually predict something, even if you were investing in stock market, for example, you wouldn't just go because somebody said it's good. You would do your research, you would study it. So it's the same thing. And oversupply, with the way that things are moving now, I don't see an oversupply happening. And I think, Dubai is very concerned, let's say, with keeping up a good reputation in the world. So for them to actually, crash the market by their own actions would be a little bit...
It would be detrimental, wouldn't it?
And I think that they will know better. They know better than to do it again.
I agree, because they've learned once.
Yeah.
And, the leaders of this country or this city, the UAE, whatever, however do you express it, they don't want anything but growth, right? We can see that from all angles. And I would say the same. Anyone who is concerned about the oversupply, you've just got to look at the figures. You've got to see what kind of people are relocating. It's not just only an investor-driven market anymore. There are plenty of end users moving and looking for opportunities here in Dubai. So, for anybody that is looking, to invest in Dubai, again, you've just got to be very selective who you work with.
Yes.
And you can do your own research. I say this to everybody, do your own research,
of course.
But find that one person or, whoever it is that has your best interest at heart. Otherwise, you can lose money. Yes. You can buy in the wrong development from the wrong developer. That can happen. It is possible. Not everyone's making money in Dubai. People do lose money, but that's why you've got to be very selective. So, like I said, anyone who's interested, all that you need to do is reach out to us, me or Karina, or both of us. And we look forward to seeing you for any information you need on the property market in Dubai. We'll see you guys again soon.